Everybody, and welcome back to another video. I do want to apologize for the last video, the team formation video. That is actually incorrect. I wanted to make this quickly to fix my errors, because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. It just so happens that the teams that I use followed the rule that I put in that video. I should have done more extensive testing. That's on me. Thank you guys for pointing that out and showing me that there was much more that I should have been checking for. Basically, I should have done a little bit more research on that. Anyways, that's what this video is about. So, basically what's going on here is, firstly, let's do categories. This is really important. So we know that there's the 6 classes in game: Striker, Vanguard, Hunter, Ranger, Psionic Controller. Bam, bam, bam. Those 6, right? Basically what's happening is if you put them into the categories, which is what I'll be referring to from now on, Striker and Vanguards would be the melee, Hunter and Ranger would be the ranged, and Psionic and Controller will be the supports. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's actually in-game how this works. Even though it is not explained or shown anywhere, the Striker and Vanguards will share neutral cards. The same with the ranged, and the same with the supports. They have their own sort of neutral cards that they can get, which is where these categories, I actually sort of confirmed them. I actually figured it out beforehand, and then I found them during one of my zero runs. So, what's going on? Why are these categories important? Basically, the way that the team formation is working is what I got incorrect in my video was that the teams that I built happened to follow the rules that I explained what was going on in that. But going through extensive testing, which is what this video in the background is, it's a stream footage from earlier. I went through and tried a bunch of different combinations with a bunch of different teams, and even moving the characters around within the same team comps. And what we found out is that melees will always try to prioritize being on the right side, supports will always try to prioritize being on the left side, and ranged will try to be in the middle. So why is that important? Basically, what's going on is there is a front, middle, back order that it'll try to place the characters into. First, it'll figure out what category your character is in, and then prioritize placing them in that slot. And if you have multiple characters of the same category, like multiple supports or multiple melee, it'll start doing front, middle, back. If you have 3 supports, it'll go front, middle, back for the characters. 3, 2, 1 is how it will place the characters. But if you only have 2, then it'll only do front, then middle. So if you have 1 support, 2 melee, like a Malin and a Calliope, for the Malin, it'll go front. For the Calliope, it'll go middle. So then your lineup will look like Mika, Calliope, Malin. I hope that makes sense. So, what's the point of all of this? For fun, I guess. Information, knowledge. No, but the real reason is that there really isn't any big utility for this. I guess if you just want your characters in a certain order, hopefully this is helpful for that. The only real application for this currently is if you're a mirror enjoyer like myself, and you run heaven cards on her, because having her proc her cards before Calliope does her vulture ejections, so that way the Metalize can proc, is currently, as far as I know, the only use for this. But it's nice to know because we're going to be getting new characters in the future, and this might be more relevant than if we end up getting, some sort of another Vanguard Heaven character that pairs well with Amir and Calliope or something like that. I don't know, but currently no real huge use case for it, besides, I guess, something to have in your back pocket just in case. It's a fun fact, at best. But at least I hope it was helpful.